Mike, and you can find those people.
So we talked about what to do when you're going into random rec, but are there any tips on what not to do when you're going into mode?
Good question.
That's very good question. A lot of people need to hear this. Two tips right here, okay? Number one, the first thing you do not need to do is crowd the floor, okay? The main thing I see is shooting guards try to get involved like every single play by setting the screen. This is what I say to everybody that watches me, watch the live streams, the videos. You will get open if you sit still. A lot of people don't know that. If you spot up, people will pick up on you. If you're the point guard, if you dribble into the paint, someone's going to pick up. You're going to have an open man.
Coming up next, the Nuggets taking on the Cavaliers. For Denver, not the start to the season that this team wanted, but they can turn it around with the win at any time. We'll see if that starts tonight. Cavs, Nuggets, up next, right after this. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on... And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. The big men on the floor for them, Mobley and Allen. The highly skilled guard pair of Garland and Mitchell. And it's Tyson in at the 3 spot. And for Denver, they've got Jamal Murray, also Mr. Clutch out there. Ben Simmons is out there with Wiggins. And it's Holmes in a power forward position. And DB, at this early part of the season, what's most important for the head coaches?
What's fascinating to me, Kevin, when you listen to coaches talk is whether you're a championship coach or a first-year coach, one of the biggest things you have to do is figure out your rotations.
And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Joe Good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Denver. They'll be up against Donovan Mitchell tonight, and coach is well aware of the challenges that he presents. He said Donovan's so good at changing speeds, it's hard to know when to send help. I'd rather be overly cautious in that regard because if no help comes, then all of a sudden Mitchell is in his groove. Makes sense to me. Back over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Allie. And here is Garland, following the 3 from Mr. Clutch. Good on the triple.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire, a little bit of pride at stake. That's a great beginning. 3 for 3 from the floor.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pulls up. And he overshot that one, missing.
That's a breakdown defensively right there, folks. He just could not make the pay.
The number 1 overall pick back in 2014, Andrew Wiggins, certainly capable.
Elite length and athleticism. His shot creation is more good than great. He has that 2022 All-Star nod to his credit, and of course, a championship from that same season.
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Mitchell. Wiggins with the rebound. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Good! And that's 13 points for Mr. Clutch.
But you can see the team is just continuing to call his number. Until the defense figures it out, it ain't going to change.
Mitchell kicks to Mobley. Mitchell with it. Holmes covering. Mobley wide open. And again, unable to change momentum here. To the inside. Joe Good. Joe's got 15.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. And going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
And the fact that they split their two meetings last season. Does one try to get a leg up?
They swipe it. Wiggins controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And so Garland will bring it up for Cleveland. A 12-point game. For three, Mitchell. It's rebounded by Jamal Murray.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look. Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Tyson. 5 points in the game. Here's Allen. The shot that time not on target. Simmons with the defensive effort. Denver leading by 14. From downtown, and down it goes. Three-pointer falls in for Mr. Clutch.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
1:57 left to play here in the first. Tyson, and he lays it straight in. Tyson's got his third bucket of the night.
Yeah, terrific work in the two-man game. Results in an easy bucket. That's how you do it.
Joe with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Fires the three. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this. It looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Cleveland shooting their first. On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second. They've got Mobley. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Aldridge. And it's Tyson in at the three, the small forward. And it's Mitchell missing.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. That's in his wheelhouse for sure.
And now let's send it over to our... courtside reporter Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Cavaliers want Evan Mobley to rip and run. Coach Kenny Atkinson said, with him pushing it in transition, he's just scratching the surface. You see him handle the ball sometimes, and you're like, man, this guy's a point guard. Guys?
Yep, a tremendous skill level. Allie LaForce with that report. Great job as always, Allie. Thanks. Here's Tyson, covered by Kamara. The shot no good. Tyson.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
That one falls. 22 points for Mr. Clutch.
Boy, this guy making the most of his chances here, really giving his team a lift.
Mitchell outside. From the arc. Traps in the tray.
Donovan Mitchell.
Well, we know Mitchell can hurt you from outside the arc. The defense better recognize this moving forward.
From outside the arc, another three that time. A beautiful shot from Mr. Clutch. Joe's got 25 points. Inside, and Mobley throws it down.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Joe can't get it to go. The Cavaliers trail by 18. The three. Mobley misses. To the paint. And it's sent back by Aldridge. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Allen's checked in. Simmons with a defensive effort.
Nothing more important than protecting the rim, folks, and that's exactly what they get.
There's the three, and he's good on the three ball. That's 28 points for Mr. Clutch.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a good look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage.
The first half is now in the books.
That's the end of the first half with the score, Denver.
$56. Cavaliers, 46. Fans, please give a big round of applause for Anthony Jr.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
Mr. Clutch out there with Jamal Murray. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Holmes in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. It's Garland with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Trailing by 10. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
Here's Tyson. He has 7. Pass to Allen. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Allen's got 6.
Well, you like to see Jarrett Allen play to his strength. Just terrific at cashing in on the interior.
And that drops in from beyond the arc. Three-pointer for Mr. Clutch.
Even though they have the lead, this guy keeping his foot on the gas pedal, I love it.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. Here's Tyson. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. He's got 9.
Well, this is a big part of his game, creating offense for his team off the glass.
Greg, you think about the value of those sage veterans on a team, guys that been around the block, played a lot of years. Why are they so important?
Well, a lot of times they'll echo the message of the head coach. And I tell you what, it's also, as a coach, you love having those veteran players because you can trust what they're going to do on the floor. That consistency is really important, not just for the coaches, but the teammates.
The Cavaliers trail by 11. To the inside, Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Allen's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, this is what you want from Jarrett Allen. Play with strength, establish a presence.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Trailblazers delivered in a major way. He contributed 42 points, and he was very efficient with his shooting, with a solid percentage in both field goals and free throws. And he was huge for them in that one. Talking to his coaches pregame, they hope he can repeat that performance with another one here tonight. Back to you.
Hey, Allie, thanks for the great report. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, GA, you think about high skill level offensive players. Darius Garland near the very top of that list.
Well, the son of an NBA point guard in Winston Garland, Darius has been preparing for this level his entire life, and his offensive package is as polished as anyone.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. And the Cavaliers making a change. The Nuggets leading by 20. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, the highly skilled guard pair of Garland and Mitchell. Evan Mobley is out there with Aldridge. And it's Tyson in at the 3-slot. Mitchell passes to Aldridge. Unable to get that one. Good work defensively by Holmes. Joe can't get it to go. Here's Tyson. He's covered by Murray. Cavaliers moving the ball around. Rebounded by Joe. Denver shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. And again for three.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Here's Mitchell. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Don't be mistaken about that 6'1 frame. That 6'10 wingspan, 215 pounds. Look out inside.
Here's Joe. He got it again. Sensational. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
For three, Mitchell. Wiggins with the rebound. Wiggins has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Boy, this guy has not had a great night, and it really has weighed the entire team down.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Goes up on the wing, and there's another one for the Nuggets. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Good, he hits again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. Garland feeling it out a little bit. Out to the wing. And you look at the G League's impact on player development, Greg, it's become very significant.
And I think the two-way contract was a great addition as well, allowing players to contribute with the big league team while also developing in the G League. What a great combination.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Murray against Garland. Mitchell wide open. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Garland's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And just as players, Greg, have used technology to train, it sounds like officials are now doing the same thing.
Yeah, whether it's the training app on their phones or VR headsets, cameras tracking their positioning on the floor, and even where they're looking, we'll see how much of a difference all this tech makes.
Shooting two.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll do it, folks. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Those of you who love making builds will want to have Rebirth secured for your My Player as soon as possible.
There are 4 tiers from Silver to Legend. When you reach 90 overall, your Silver tier begins, and your badges will be retained at the same level earned when you make new builds.
At each tier, you can make a new build beginning with the overall rating unlocked. This is majorly helpful for getting that new build into competition shape faster than ever.
Learn more in the Rebirth quest in your journal and enjoy the advantage of having an effective build at any position on the court.
preparing to meet the visiting Atlanta Hawks. At point guard, Kobe Buffkin. At center, Jeremy Morris. At guard, Dyson Daniels. At forward, Zachary Rizache. At forward, Jalen Johnson. Head coach of the visiting team is Quinn Snyder. Let's meet the starting five for your Denver Nuggets. At center, number 25, Ben Simmons. Starting at power forward, number 14, Deron Holmes. The other forward, number 22, Andrew Wiggins. At guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 27, Jamal Murray. At guard, number 11, Isaiah Joe. The head coach of your home team. Some noise for your Denver Nuggets.
Welcome. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Rizache. Morris is out there with Johnson. And it's Buffkin in at the point guard. And for the Nuggets, they've got Wiggins. Mr. Clutch out there with Jamal Murray. Then it's Simmons. And it's Holmes in at the 4. So the Nuggets win the tip. Greg, both these teams have been dealing lately with some adversity.
Yeah, injuries have hit them hard. We're seeing some makeshift starting lineups. This is when a reserve has a chance to make an impression.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And that one's good. Daniels.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Joe with it. Guarded by Rizache.
Rizache. First personal foul.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
The line for Denver. Joe.
And the first one drops.
Taking 2 shots.
And Joe drops them both.
And one of the responsibilities with being a great player is making free throws.
Johnson up top, guarded by Simmons. Johnson, the pass to Daniels. Misses the 3. Here's Joe. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. That's 7 points for Mr. Clutch.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Driving in, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Rizache has done a lot to quiet the doubters after being the #1 overall pick in 2024.
Well, in a draft without a lot of star power at the top, the Hawks took the kind of prototype wing you can't have too many of, and he has made good on that pick.
The free throw drops for Rizachet.
Looking like your classic wing. Zachary Rizachet is 6'8", long, and can hit threes. A real modern swingman.
And so he makes both from the line. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Murray left side. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And you can't fall asleep against Murray, especially when he's got great interior positioning. The D has got to be better.
Here's Bufkin. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
You knew they were going to be aggressive, and now you see them executing that.
Joe bangs home the trifecta. Joe's got 10.
Talk about a fast start. 4 for 4 right out of the gate.
Here's Bufkin. He's covered by Murray. Pass to Rizachet. Johnson against Holmes. And the basket by Johnson.
Well, he just outworked everybody there. Give him credit. He deserved to be rewarded for that effort.
Count the basket. And that's 12 points for Mr. Clutch.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Well, even with a bigger defender on him, he was undeterred.
Daniels with it, covered by Joe. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession. Here. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Rizachet. And the dunk by Rizachet.
And as he gets more experience in the league, Rizachet will improve the attack.
Joe good. Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
Outside Daniel. Pass to Bufkin. Rizachet with it. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Wiggins. Down low. Here's Joe. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
Oh, protecting the rim, plays like that really bolster your defense.
Bufkin, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Joe. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. This is the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just 2 powerhouse teams facing off.
I think it's a really good indicator of which team's off-season moves will have the biggest impact.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Okongwu's checked in for Morris. Frazier comes in for Jalen Johnson. And Tari Eason subbed in for Zachary Rizachet.
And another bucket for him. What a quarter he has had.
The Hawks trail by 10. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Bufkin. He's covered by Murray. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul.
Ben Simmons.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
.131 left in the first quarter of the game. Daniels into the lane. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. And here's Daniels following the 3 from Mr. Clutch. Daniels dishes to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Eason. He had 15 points last out. Here's Bufkin. He's covered by Murray. Bufkin, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
A nice shot by Simmons.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
In the corner, it's Eason. Pass to Bufkin. The putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And so it's Denver up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here.
Substitution on the court.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Just 4 to shoot. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal. He contributed 62 points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. That night will be etched in people's memories. He was relentless. I'm curious to see how he follows it up. Guys?
Great stuff as always, Allie. Thank you. He was in attack mode all night. We saw that really propel them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
Well, you think about clutch players, Greg, you think scoring. But is that accurate? Or can clutch be in any facet of the game?
It's in all phases. And you think of guys who always seem to come up with that crucial rebound or that big-time stop. Being clutch comes down to will as much as skill.
Joe Good.
It's certainly been a good night for him, and it is showing on the scoreboard.
Here's Rizachet. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Okongwu. Fades. It's good. Okongwu's now got 4 points this quarter.
Looking for a little extra style points right there with the fadeaway.
Count it.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to the Warriors in San Francisco.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Let's call it what it was. They got overwhelmed. The matchups were just not in their favor. And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Rizachet. And the dunk by Rizachet.
Yeah, if you give Rizachet a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Now, Joe. 37 points for him. Got it off in time, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark, and so it's the Denver Nuggets up by a dozen here at the end of
50.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
We've got Murray. Also, Mr. Clutch out there. Simmons is out there with Wiggins. And it's Holmes in at the power forward. That's the group that David Adelman's going out there with to start the second half. Bufkin. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. The Hawks trail by 12. The shot's good on the assist by Morris. Bufkin's got 10.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Holmes. The Nuggets leading by 13. Here's Joe. Again, the Nuggets score.
That brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
Daniels into the lane. Johnson wide open. He fires from outside off the mark. Pass to Joe over Johnson. And it's Daniels with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 15. Wound up there for Johnson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Yep, it counts.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game has gone, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Frazier, he's checked in for the Hawks. Here's Bufkin. Covered by Joe. Morris kicks to Daniels. Pass to Bufkin. The shot's good. Bufkin's got 4 points this quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Up again. He goes up again. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter. Just cannot get one to go. He's been carrying the load on offense in this one, and he might as well keep looking for his shot the way he's been going.
Daniels passes to Morris. Here's Bufkin. Kicks it out to Johnson. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Johnson's got 10 points in the game.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you. The Hawks are trying to involve everyone to take some of the load off Trae Young. Coach Quinn Snyder said we've been intentional about that. Trae can't do this by himself, and he knows that. Frankly, no player can. Figuring out the ways he can be efficient has been the idea, and he's been making those plays. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks.
Substitution on the court. Shooting for Atlanta, Jalen Johnson. At the line for one.
Free throw no good for Johnson. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. On the court right now for the Hawks, we've got Zachary Rizachet. Jalen Johnson is out there with Frazier. Then it's Morris. And it's Bufkin in at the point. Rizachet with it. Simmons is there. Pass to Frazier. Hawks passing it around. 6 to shoot. Here's Rizachet. Doesn't go that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. To the middle. Tries from 7. And again, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Pass to Johnson. Frazier scanning the floor. Out to the right wing. Here's Buffkin. Frazier outside. From deep, Johnson score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
His first 3 of the game. Maybe that gets him going from out there.
Joe Good.
He was red hot from the 3 in the first half, and he is showing no signs of slowing down.
Pass to Johnson. Poked loose and stolen by Murray. Here's Simmons and another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammates.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Beyond the arc. The kick out to Frazier. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Rizachet. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And the shot is good from Johnson.
He must have visualized this one because everything is falling.
Denver calls timeout.
Let's give a warm welcome to Nuggets Dynasty.
We've got a moment here. Let's present our player of the game, Mr. Clutch.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Dyson Daniels checked in for Atlanta. Here's Joe. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Daniels dishes to Morris. Pass to Reese. Tipped away and stolen by Murray. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Another bucket. Wow. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Buffkin, no good.
He's been way off the mark in this second half. Just unable to get any kind of rhythm going.
Out of hand on it. Looking to get it going. No good on that one. Murray with the defensive effort. The Nuggets leading by 8. Here's Joe. Again, what an avalanche.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Right wing. Here's Buffkin. The Hawks again can't hit.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
And they trust Murray to get the ball where it needs to go. And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Nuggets.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Mr. Clutch.
Well, he had a lot of success making plays for his team and breaking down the defense.
And Joe drops them both. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Inside, here's Johnson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you can tell Richeche has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
Joe can't get it to go. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch.
Joe.
That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. Second.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA